Hello, hello everyone. How are you doing today? Yay, we can see the chat. Last time we couldn't see the chat. I don't know why. But here we are. Um Maybe my setting looks weird now. I have like a ton of lights today. So just let me know how it looks like. I like it. I like it. Right now I'm in the basement, so I don't have a lot of natural light. So that's why I'm having a lot of lights today. Anyway, so we are going to review the new additions to the DataWeave 3, no, 2.4 version that was just released a few weeks ago. So let's get to it. Right now, I have here, let me take out the chat for now. Right now, I have here what is new in Mule 4.4. If you cannot see this for some reason, just go into the docs and then go down into Mule runtime, and you will be able to change the version right here. Let me zoom in. So here you can select the current version, which is 4.4, or you can select any of the previous versions. So let's select 4.4, and then you can select here what's new in Mule. This will also show everything that was released in Mule 4.4, so not just DataWeave. In this case, we have correlation ID management, improved logging capabilities. Let me know if you can't see this. I'm going to zoom in. The DataWeave updates, which is now DataWeave 2.4, the core components like tracing module, and the feature flags. So you can just go ahead and check all of those. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so you can take a look on your own if you want. And let's go into what's new in DataWeave. So right now, again, DataWeave 2.4 is bundled with the Mule 4.4 runtime. And let's see what is new. There are new properties for data formats, apparently. This is the first time that I see this, by the way. So we are learning together today. All right, so there is a DataWeave reader property privileges, which enables you to provide a comma separated list of privileges to use in the format, such as resources and properties. Interesting. There's a new Excel reader property, which is table limit, which enables you to set position of the last column in each row. Huh, that's pretty nice. Then there's one for YAML, which is the write declaration, and enables you to write the header declaration and the XML properties, which is the default namespace and the write declared namespace. I guess this is because every time that you have to use XML, you have to manually set up the namespace. So I'm guessing this default namespace property will enable you to not have to do that every time that you're declaring something. So there are new DataWeave function modules, which is what we are going to see today because I haven't seen them either. We have in the core, we have index off, I guess kind of like keys off, then last index off, on null, then. Oh, I kind of saw this one, the then function. That was pretty promising. I'm really excited to check that out. And the core annotations. So there's a number of new annotations that you can use. Then there is a new module called dates with functions and types to create and manipulate data types, for example, the function today. Wow, I wonder if it's too different from the function now. We'll see. We also have the strings module that introduces new functions. Those are a lot. Collapse, count characters by, count matches every character first. Well, I'm not going to go through all of them, but there are a lot from that. Then we have a new module called coercions. Oh, yes. Like a function to string. Okay, I'm really looking forward to this one because I have created my own like utilities folder where I keep my own set of functions that I can use for this kind of thing because sometimes you want to like coerce something or try to coerce something, but if you can't, you want to be able to handle that without having to actually write like the whole error handling. So this will be super useful. Then there's a new DataWeave module called Math, which has mathematical functions like the function sin. Huh. I didn't know this didn't existed already. That's nice. A new module called periods. This already existed, didn't it? Oh well. What would I know? I'm not new here. I haven't created this document, so all right, we'll check that out. Then we have the module tree, which already existed, and it's introducing new functions. Filter array leaves, filter object leaves, filter tree. Okay, this is fun. Normally with the tree module, you hear random beep, like randomly beeping or normally beeping. I wonder if it's one of the lights. When I speak, it sounds a beep. Huh. I'm not sure what to do about that. Let me see if it's one of the lights. It may be like interfering or something. Is that better now that I'm speaking and I turned off the light? Maybe a cable. Huh. Is it too annoying or can I just continue as is? And I hate that the chat is not like refreshing instantly. We can hear you fine. It is just a little funny. Okay. Yeah, I'm really not sure what to do about that. I did check my sound before starting the live stream and I didn't hear anything, so I'm really not sure what can it be and it will take a lot of time to troubleshoot. So let's just continue like that for now. If it becomes too annoying, let me know and I will try to figure out what to do. All right, thank you. Thank you for that. So yes, oh, and values. The values module provides a new type of updater value provider. Okay, so let's start with the core module. Let's open up a new DataWeave playground. Let's zoom in so you can see everything that I'm doing. And now let's try this. This already has a version. I cannot select the version. Well, I will assume that this already has a new version. Let's select the index of, for example. So yes, so it's basically like trying to find something in an array. Oh, it can also be a string. Cool. Okay, let's see an array first. So we have like this array. Oh, it only happens in your phone. It sounds fine in web. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Keep us posted. um, all right, so we have this array of letters A, B, C, D, and we are trying to find the index of C. So we receive a 2 because it's on index 2, 0, 1, 2. And then index of C when it doesn't exist, and it will give you a -1. Index of C here that we have 2, and it will give you the first index that it finds, which is once more 2. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now let's see last index of. I guess now this will give you like the last index of something that is appearing instead of the first one. So last index of C, it's again 2, and then we have C with nothing, and it's again -1. But here we have two C's, so this used to be 2 with the other one, and in this case is 3 because it's the last index and not the first index. Okay, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Let me know if it wasn't clear and I can go back to it. Now let's see the on null. Okay, so we have, let me put this way so you can see it better. Okay. We have a on null, which is an empty array. Then we're using a reduce, and we're saying item plus accumulator. Then, and here is a new function then that I wanted to show you, but let's go ahead and do this. Then the result will be the size of result. And if this is null, then empty text. So if I take out the on null, we will receive a null. And then let me take this out and take this out. So basically, we're doing a reduce and we're saying item plus accumulator, but since this is an empty array, this is null. If I were to put a 1 here, we would have the 1. But if I were to put a 2, well, yes, because it's a concatenation. Okay. We would have 21. And then the size of these would be 2 because we have two things right here. Wait, how come it's 2? It should be 1, shouldn't it? Maybe there's a bug. I will ask. Anyway, we have a 2, and so if we apply the on null here, it wouldn't apply because it's not a null. So in other words, if we have test null, if we have a null here and we want to do something that it's like a default, I guess. Sounds like a default. So on null test. Yeah, I mean default. Whoops. Default. It would be kind of the same, wouldn't it? Is there something that I'm missing? Let's see. Executes a callback function in the preceding expression, returns a null value, and then replaces the null value with the rest of the callback. I wonder what's different between that and the default. Oh, where is the default? Is the default not a function? Maybe that's the difference. Let me check the operators. Do I have a default here? Nope. Well, that's a mystery. But basically, yes, you can apply that. And I wonder if we have the same reduce function that we had. And I put default here. Does it still work? Yeah, it still works. Well, that's a question for the engineers. What is the difference between the default and the on null function? But that's cool. That's a cool one. Let's continue with then, which is the one that I'm really excited about. Well, this is a very big example, but okay. We have a, let me take this out, make this bigger. Okay. So change result, we have an array, and then we do a reduce, which is, yeah, item plus plus accumulator, which would result in, it doesn't let me. Oh, because I'm missing a comma. So I put the comma here. It would result in this string. So after that, we can just use the then function to continue with whatever was the result of this and go ahead and continue with this. The thing is that if you don't have the then here, you would have to surround all of these in parentheses. No, all of these. No. Well, you would have to surround something in parentheses, which is a lot of work if you can just use another keyword and saying basically whatever the result of this comes back, then I want, with that result, I want to do this other thing. And as you can see, we're using the result keyword here in a lambda expression, which means like the result from here is going to be here, and then we can just do the size of result. So let's read a little bit about this. Oh, maybe that's the difference between. Oh, let me open a new tab and then go back to the unknown. Maybe the difference from unknown and default is that with the unknown, you can here, for example, let's say unknown, and instead of saying empty text, let's create another lambda and say result, and then the result was result. Oh, but it's a null. Okay. And what if I put here? Oh, but I can't. Ah, how can I use this? How can I use this? Can I use a toString? Maybe I can use a toString new function. Where is it? Where is it? I just saw it. Strings. No. Where was it? Oh, it was in coercions, right? So coercions toString, and then okay, yeah, it hopefully works with a null. Let's see. Oh, I don't have I don't have anything. Maybe that is why. Okay, so let me put this here. And then the toString, I put the coercions right here. And now I take the toString and put it here. And let's see if that works. Nope. All right, never mind then. Let's move on. So yes, when you're using the then, you can create a lambda and then use the size of result to take whatever result was coming back from here instead of doing the whole thing. Oh, okay, the equivalent, instead of doing all of this thing, let me create a new field. Let's call this one. And you would have to do size of, put all of this in parentheses, put the size of here, and put this in parentheses. What am I missing? Well, basically something like that. So this is why the then function was created. So you can just continue with whatever was the result here and then use the result. You can change this. It's a variable. You can change it to anything that you want. It can be X and it can work. And then here's another example. You have a map and you're putting everything in uppercase, and then you're using the then function to do something else with the map that you just created, right? Yes. And then we have a null, return null, which is an empty array. Then you're doing a reduce. Yeah, it's basically the same that we did with the other function, but now with then. All right. So we saw that, we saw that, we saw that. And for annotations, I'm going to skip that one. Let's see the dates. So we have a new dates function module, and we have all of these functions. So there's a at beginning of day, hour, month, year, week, date, daytime, local daytime. Huh. It sounds like we already had all of these, I think. Maybe not. But okay. So I guess the difference between today and now should be right here in the core. Here's now. If you're not familiar with now, basically you just like call now and it will give you the whole date and time, including time zone. So I guess the difference with today is that today will only give you the date and not, yeah, not the whole date time. Okay. Yeah, instead of doing like now and then retrieving the date from the now, like this, for example, instead of doing that, you can just use the today function. You will receive today's date in just the date and not the time. That's the difference. Let's check it out. So if I write here today, no. Oh, it's a module. Sorry. So DW core dates is the module. Let's put it here. And now today in parentheses, and we get today's date. And if we do now, we get today's date and time, which is different. Okay. And I guess yesterday and tomorrow are basically the same as today. So let's do an object. Let's say today, today, and then tomorrow, tomorrow, yesterday, yesterday. So yes, today is 11, tomorrow is 12, and yesterday was 10. I wonder if I can get like yesterday from another time. Nope. All right. Okay, we saw today, tomorrow, yesterday. Let's see what time does. Oh, so time takes an object of uh, the things that you want to use and then returns the new time, basically. So let's see this. This is an object with hour, minutes, seconds, and time zone. And time zone is written like this because I believe this is a period, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see this type of. Oh, yeah. Well, this is time zone. Never mind then. All right, so we had that time. Then local time and local date time would be basically the same as time, but without the time zone. So if I don't send the time zone here, does it work? It doesn't work. Yeah. So the time function requires you to send a time zone, and then the local time and local date time won't make you send a time zone. That would be the difference. Then we have daytime and date, um, which is basically the same. Date is the same as time, but instead of sending the time, we're sending the definition of the date, which is including year, month, and day, basically. So let me do that here. And we have this object which has year, and then you select whatever year you want, the month, and the day. And with this, you will create a new date instantly. So again, I guess if you don't send something, it will give you an error. Yep, saying that the day property is required. Okay, that's super smart. Let's continue. So we have the at beginning of year, week, month, hour, or day. Let's do year. I'm guessing all of them will be basically the same, but with the difference being the year or the month. So at beginning of year time, and we're using at beginning of year, and we're sending this date time, which is 2020 October 6th, and we receive 2020 January 1st, and it's including the time zone as well. So basically, you send a date time, and then you're asking what is the beginning of the year. What happens if I take out the time? It doesn't work. Okay. So you need to send a complete date time. Let me send, for example, now, and it will tell you that the beginning of the year is 2021 January. And then it's not taking a time zone, I guess. Oh well. So if I use the rest of this, they will give me the beginning of the, in this case, the week. Let's see this one now. So the beginning of the week was the 7th, which is Sunday. So good to know. It starts on Sunday and not on Monday. Then we have the month. Beginning of month. And it will be the 1st of November. Then hour. At beginning of hour. And this would be today's date, but with 18. Why is this 18? Interesting. So what is this? This example changes the time value within the datetime input to the beginning of the specified hour. Oh, the hour. Yes, okay, that makes sense. I'm guessing in the server it's the 18 hour right now. In my case, it's like 1:27. All right, and finally, day, beginning of day, and this would be, yeah. So starting with the 00 time of today's date, which is November 11. By the way, why is, oh, I had the chat open, didn't even notice. Why is Ontario not giving a holiday today? I don't understand. The rest of Canada have a holiday today, but not Ontario, and I'm in Ontario, so I'm working today. Anyway, now we have the strings module. If you're not familiar with the strings module, this has been here a lot of time, but they are adding new functions. What have I used from this? Oh, I have used the is numeric one, for example. Basically, to check if any text contains any Unicode digits. Oh, the soft string as well. I've used this a lot of times. Just as any other substring function, you can substring things after the string that you send, or the regex function. Hi there, we have a new person. Thank you for chatting with me. Um, then we have the substring after, substring before, and before last. I've used most of these substring functions. So now what we have new is, for example, the collapse. That sounds interesting. So let me take this, put it here. So we're saying collapse all of this string, and you receive an array of this. Huh, how does this work? Collapses a string into substrings of equal characters. Oh. Each substring contains a single character or identical characters that are adjacent to one another in the input string. Empty spaces are treated as characters. Huh. I wonder what use cases people would have with this. So if I put here Yeah, this will start like aggregating the characters that are the same. I have never had to do anything like this before. I wonder, like, is someone actually using this, or like you had a similar use case? Yay, we have a new follower. um, I wonder if someone has like a similar use case that requires to like aggregate all of the characters that are in the same position, because for example we have here B and we have here other two B's, but they are not aggregated on the same part. We have here B's and we have here the other two B's. So that's interesting. All right. Well, let me know if someone is actually using this. I would be very curious to see their use case on that. Now, count characters by. Huh. Enable. Let me just put here an asterisk. This example is wrong. So we have 42. This is a string. 42 equals 11 times 2 plus 20. Now it says count characters by is numeric. So we have 7 characters that are numeric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, we have 7. And if I keep adding, I will still have more. And if I add any characters or, oops, or other characters, this won't count. So this is, again, this is using the is numeric function. So if I say, what can I say? Count characters by, can I do like something really complex? Let's try to get the odd numbers. So the value mod 2 equals 1. Nah. What if I do parentheses here? Nope. Ah, because it's a string. I see, I see. Okay. What if I say, oh no, but I can't. Let me do this. Oh, it works. Okay, it was because I had or other characters. So let me do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Okay, so I have 1, 3, and 5, which are odd numbers. Let me put a 7. We have 4 odd numbers. And if I put this as a 2, then we have 0. Oh, sorry, this is 0. Okay, we have 3 even numbers. Well, that's nice. I wonder if it accepts rejects. I guess it does. But okay, let me try. Um, let's see. What was it? All right, let's put 1. Ah, oh no, it doesn't. So it's only accepting type Boolean. Okay. What if I do regex equals? Ah, it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work with regex, but that's nice. That's a nice function. Now count matches. By the way, if you want me to like skip something, I'm gonna send the link again. If you want me to skip to a specific function that you're curious to see, just let me know and I can do that. I'm just going by order of appearance. All right, so hello Warlow. um sorry. Count matches low. So there are 2 matches. Yes, we have hello and Warlow. So Warlow, I'm sorry. And if I put, for example, O, then we have 3 matches. Hmm. Yeah, otherwise you would have to do like a match and then size off or something like that. So this is pretty cool. Okay, and then every character. Ooh, this is like the every function from arrays module. Again. All right, so we have a string with 12, 34, then two spaces, and then 56. And we're saying every character equals empty string, sorry, space, or is numeric. Yeah, so every character is either a space or a number. If I put a Yeah, if I put a letter here, then this becomes false. But if I keep adding numbers, it's still true. And if I keep adding empty spaces, then this is still true. It's only when I add something different that this becomes false because we're using it's either this one or this one. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of like the every function from the arrays module. Let me show you arrays, DataWeave, every, this one. So you can like have an array of ones and say every and then say like equals one. So every value in here equals one. This is true.